Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. It is Monday here. We are filming Tuesdays and Wednesdays picks for Copa America. Starting obviously with Tuesday's picks, and we are joined by the Rex Factor. You guys want to check him out over on Twitter. His handle is in the description. So Tuesday's matches here. We're going to start with USA versus Costa Rica. Now we actually watched the game together, the Costa Rica versus Paraguay match. Very uneventful.
I was able to watch the highlights on Sunday, and it didn't last very long. It was a very uneventful game, and I think both teams were rather cautious after the USA had lost pretty dramatically to Colombia on Friday night. They didn't want to do anything silly, take their point, go on to the next level, and see what happens.
Yeah. How do you feel, though, now going into this match? Like, do you think that we can see more out of Costa Rica? Because to me, they didn't look very convincing.
I think that they'll play a little bit more aggressively next time out. This is a big match for them. The last time they played on U.S. soil against the United States was a 2013 World Cup qualifier in Denver. It started snowing before the game, and they had cleared the field off a couple of times. USA had scored an early goal, ended up winning 1-0 in a game that was, the second half was almost in unplayable conditions. Costa Rica wanted the game abandoned. The U.S. wanted to play on. They played on. The Costa Ricans cry foul. The U.S. is big brother like Mexico. Blah, blah, blah. They want them to win. CONCACAF wants them to win, blah, 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 blah. And, of course, Costa Rica paid the U.S. back in spades down here. The crowd was very hostile in a September qualifier that same year. Costa Rica won the game 3-1. I think that Costa Rica will play harder. They will be a little bit more aggressively on offense. But the United States, the pressure's all on them. I mean, anytime you play in these group stage matches, there's only 3 of them, you have to get a result early. If you don't, you're in big trouble. So they're behind the 8 ball, 2-goal deficit to Colombia, and they've got to find a way to get a 3-point. You know, if they don't get 3 here, they're in big trouble not to get out of the group.
Yeah. Personally, actually, I really like a USA to win. 1.85 paddy power, straight up win. That's what I'm liking. What do you think? What are you looking at this match?
I bet over 2 goals at -120 or 1.83 on the decimal. Just for the viewpoint that I think there'll be a little bit more offense. And like I said, I'm still not convinced that Costa Rica's goaltender, Pemberton, is as good as, obviously there's a big drop off from Keylor Navas. And I think the U.S. will test him, and they'll score early, and then at that point the game has to open up. So I think over 2 is the best play there.
Yeah. I've got here as well USA and the under 3.5 goals. So that would allow for anything like 1-0 win, 2-0 win, 2-1 to USA.
USA we're high-fiving. That's going to be both win. Yeah.
All right. Now next we've got Colombia versus Paraguay. Colombia obviously won 2-0 against USA, and then Paraguay scoreless draw there against Costa Rica. I like the Colombia win, 1.83. I'm sort of on the winner's market in these matches.
That's the same thing, and 1.83 is a better price than I got. I bet it at 1.8. I'm already done with it. James Rodriguez is not going to play for Colombia, but I don't think that's a big deal. I mean, he played for Real Madrid, and last year there's a lot of, obviously, star power on a Champions League champion, and he was stuck, relegated behind a lot of good players. And anytime that you come into these national tournaments and you're not in form, or you're not a little bit rusty, it's tough to just get it back. I mean, in 2014, before the World Cup, he was in really fine form, and he won the Golden Boot. So it's obvious that him not being there isn't going to be priced too much into the market, nor should it be. I think Colombia has enough weapons, and I think the Paraguay, quite honestly, can't do anything to penetrate that defense. If they couldn't muster much of an attack against Costa Rica, I don't give them much of a chance against Colombia.
That's what I'm thinking. So I'm also thinking Colombia win 2-0, 2.6, and then I'm also thinking Colombia half-time, full-time, and that's 3 with Coral. Obviously, Colombia scored their first 2 goals in the beginning. I think they're going to come out of the starting gates as well, get an early couple of goals in, and then hold that out there till full time.
It'll be interesting because I thought that against the United States, they were ahead 2-0 at halftime, but the U.S. had probably outplayed them from the run of play. The set pieces had really put the U.S. behind the 8 ball. And in the second half, when the U.S. had to get a little bit more aggressive, that was when Colombia was really the better team. I mean, the second half played out to a 0-0 draw, and it was really unfortunate for people that had over because Colombia could easily won the game 3-1 or 4-1.
I did over as well.
Yeah.
And so you're going for the Colombia win on that match?
I bet Colombia to win and USA to over 2 goals at flat.
All right, there you have it. Those are our Tuesday's picks there for Copa America. Do find our Wednesday's picks as well. I've got some good information over on that as well.